When I first retired, it was a very busy time. I was going to learn Chinese. I was going to learn to play the sitar really, really well. I was going to mend a whole lot of fences around the place. I was going to learn how to cook. I was going to read a book a week. I had a list of projects a mile long. And surprise, surprise, somehow I didn't get around to doing any of them properly. Sound familiar? I think that at any stage of life, but particularly during our second prime, I think, we tend to load up our lives with a whole bunch of stuff that we somehow never got around to doing while we were younger. Now, one thing has become increasingly clear to me. It's not that we don't have enough. I think sometimes we have too much. Here's a story about that. An old gardener was renowned for the extraordinary beauty of his fruit trees. One day, a young woman came to ask him his secret. The gardener replied, there was no secret, only pruning. Each year, the gardener cut the branches that would bear no fruit, those growing in the wrong direction, stealing light from the others. Fewer branches, but more beautiful and more abundant fruit. The young woman asked if it wasn't a shame to cut so many branches. The gardener smiled. What seemed like a loss was actually a gift. Each branch cut gave its strength to those that remained. The tree lost nothing. It concentrated everything. Our life is like this tree. Without pruning, it grows in all directions, scattering energy into branches that bear nothing. We carry commitments that take our time without nourishing us, possessions that take our space without serving us, thoughts that take our attention without enlightening us. Simplification is this necessary pruning, the act that allows what truly matters to flourish. It's not an amputation, but a liberation, not an impoverishment, but a concentration of resources towards what bears fruit. There is in modern life a silent accumulation that occurs without our noticing. Objects pile up in our closets, commitments stack up in our calendars, worries multiply in our minds. We add ceaselessly, one more responsibility, one more possession, one more activity, as if life's riches were measured by its clutter. And then one day we wake up exhausted, overwhelmed, unable to say how we got here, desperately seeking space to breathe in an existence that has become too full. This overload is not an accident. It is the predictable result of a culture that values accumulation in all its forms. More possessions means more success. More activities means more life. More options means more freedom. But experience tells another story. Surplus does not fulfill, it encumbers. Pruning requires discernment. It's not about cutting everything blindly, but about distinguishing what is alive from what is dead, what nourishes from what clutters, what corresponds to our deep nature from what has been imposed on us from outside. The question isn't what to add to our life, but what to remove, so that what remains can truly flourish.